Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me again for another movie review. This one is none other than Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. You see, I got my rock shirt on, shaved head, fittingly for me to review this movie. Uh, kind of give you a bit of a background. This is the ninth, if you call it, Fast and Furious installment. So the eight Fast and Furious movies, starting from 2001 all the way to 2017. And then Fast and Furious 9 is actually, I believe, filming right now. It comes out sometime in 2020. And then this one is no less than the spinoff of the Fast and Furious franchise. I can't remember exactly when The Rock first starred in the Fast and Furious movies. I think it was maybe in the sixth film. But obviously, he began to be a popular character, him and Jason Statham, and they decided to do this spin-off, and here we are. Right off the bat, I'll let you know this film got a 67% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 90% audience score. And honestly, that's about what I'd expect because I think this is one of those movies where, not to say that the movie was so great, that's why I got a 90% audience score, but this is one of those movies where the audience screens themselves. So when you go to see this movie, I mean, just from the trailers, and if you know anything about the Fast and the Furious, you know exactly what you're going to get in this movie. The Rock, Idris Elba, Jason Statham, like you are getting an all-out action movie. It's going to be a basic, plot, nothing really complicated. Nothing decent acting, but nothing that's going to be like some Academy Award winning acting or anything like that. This movie is made for summer. This is a blockbuster. This is action. That's what I'm going to see. And so that's why I 100% understand why I got a 90% audience score. Don't let that fool you into thinking, this is going to be this great, amazing movie. It's just this movie appealed to a certain type of crowd, and that is definitely the crowd that came out to see this movie. Not to say this movie is bad by any means. You just have to know what you're going in to expect. Like I say, this movie, very, very action driven. Not necessarily grounded in reality, but if you know anything about the Fast and Furious movies, you know that they started off kind of quasi-believable. Some things were a little far-fetched, but, not too far out of the realm of possibility. And then as the series, the franchise continued to move forward, it seems like you could definitely see a switch where the directors and producers, someone said, screw trying to ground this in reality, make it, somewhat believable. Let's just go all out and make make fun films. And going forward, that's kind of the template they followed. And then with Dwayne Johnson, one of the biggest action stars today, they were just going to even ratchet that up to an even higher degree. And they definitely do that in this movie. They make no bones about it. We're not going for believability. Some of the things are quite frankly ridiculous, but that's what you're going to see. You've got Idris Elba billed as Black Superman, and it's him versus The Rock and Jason Statham. So you know what movie what you're gonna get when you come to see this movie. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Definitely something that I enjoyed watching. I enjoyed going to see. It did have a few tricks and turns and things to keep you engaged. But like I said, not the best action movie I've seen. Definitely had like I say, action throughout. There's not really too many slow sequences. And like I say, I think the Rock, Jason Statham, Idris Elba, they all do good acting jobs. Like I say, no stellar performances, but definitely manageable performances. Get you enveloped in the film. Nothing really stand out, but like I say, it's a serviceable acting job, and it hits all the elements of an action film. That said, for me, it does just kind of do all the basics of an action film. Like, hey, we've got to have fight scenes. Hey, they don't get along at first, and then they come to get along. They go through these trials, and then they come to get along. Uh, hey, there's got to be gun fights. There's got to be chase scenes. That type of thing. So to me, it has all the elements. Of kind of your generic action movie, and then it's just expecting the weight, the whole cachet of Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham and Elba to really put it over the top, and what gets fans excited to see it. So in that regard, like I say, to me, it was kind of just your generic action movie. I am a big fan of The Rock. I like his movies. I like him personally. So it's not really much I can say about it, except that's the type of movie you're gonna get. You're gonna get this is what the type of movie that you wait for the summer to see, the type of movie that you expect to see in the summer, and on that account it delivers. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. Good film, definitely one you want to see in theaters, just because being surrounded, with that big screen and then the giant speakers, it definitely enhances their overall experience. But I say it's not something I'd say that you're gonna walk away from and think necessarily, oh wow, that was one of the greatest action movies I've seen, or necessarily you're gonna have these lines of dialogue, or a certain standout performances or anything of that nature that you're gonna reminisce on afterward. But like I say, that's not to say that I didn't enjoy this film. I really did enjoy the film. It has a couple of surprise cameos, which I think a lot of people will find enjoyable. And like I say, the mark of the film is, does it entertain you? Does it keep you engaged? Does it keep you laughing and enjoying a movie while you're watching it? And on all accounts, it does that. So it's something I definitely recommend going to see if you're an action movie fan, especially if you've watched all the Fast and Furious films. Then I think you're going to enjoy this too. If you're a big fan of drama and or kind of like suspense movies, thrillers, and you're really getting into the acting and the storytelling, that type of film, this probably isn't the film for you. But like I say, you can watch the trailers and that's going to come across to you right off the bat. That's it. Thank you guys for watching once again. Send me a comment if you disagree with me, if you think this was a terrible movie, if you think they could have done things better, if you thought this was an amazing action movie and I should have rated it higher, let me know. Once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate it. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. I will see you guys soon. Thank you.